'Cause I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts bare, man. I've breathed the mountain air, man. I've traveled, I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere.
I've been to Narromine. 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 Narromine.
I've been everywhere, man.
Guess where we're going today, Rob?
We're going to the place that Glenn McGrath comes from.
He's got his Google out.
No, my Google's called Felicity.
We are going to Narromine, where they, as I found out during the week, they're not narrow-minded in Narromine.
No.
Hello, Felicity.
Hello, how are you?
Going all right, thank you. Thank you for talking to us. You know what song we should have played coming into you?
What?
Saturday in the park. Only that it's not the 4th of July.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Two Blokes Chatting radio show. You've got Neil here, Rob over there. Okay, tell us where Narromine is.
Narromine is in New South Wales. It's 37 k's from Dubbo and it's 450 k's from Sydney. We're west, very west.
West, damn west.
Central West. We'll call it Central West.
That's a good idea, yes. Now, we've established the fact that Glenn McGrath came from Narromine, but there's also another very famous sports person, Robert, who came from Narromine.
I don't know. I told you it was a cricketer. That's all. My mind's closed off now.
Her first name was Melinda
Clark?
Gainsford Taylor.
Melinda Gainsford Taylor.
And by the way, Melinda Clark's actually called Belinda Clark, but that's okay.
No, there was this other Melinda. She played hockey. Played an half-back flank for Australia in the hockey.
Why does Narromine exist, Felicity?
Why does it exist?
Yeah, what's it do? What's it out there for?
Oh, who knows? No, I'm joking. It's a farming community.
Mm-hmm.
It's also got a beautiful shopping strip. The main street's called Dandaloo Street, and it has boutiques and cafes and restaurants and bed and breakfasts and things along the main strip to service people travelling, probably between like Nyngan and Dubbo. We have a good Coles, which is amazing for a small town, and we are close to Dubbo, and Dubbo's our service centre.
How many people would be in Narromine if everyone come home?
Not many, probably 4,000 people.
Oh, that's a lot. That's a big country town.
Oh, it's okay. Dubbo's a lot bigger, but we're doing all right.
Yeah, but on the podcast that you and I spoke on, I've spoken to someone in Muckadilla where the population's 12, so you got that covered.
Okay, no, we're a huge town then.
That's a biggish country town. So clearly, agriculture is the key to it, but there must be lots of other things going on there to keep people employed. You're in a business sense. So what are the other key industries there?
Education sector. Education is pretty good in Narromine. We've got a lot of schools and a lot of really good schools actually. We're a little bit spoiled for choice with where to send your children to. And then we've got aviation. We've got an aviation museum and we've got an airport in Narromine. And then we've got, the retail and hospitality is picking up in Narromine as well.
I've never been to Narromine, but I've got in my mind's eye, Rob, that's where it is at the minute. I'm tipping that if I had gone to Narromine 25 years ago, it wouldn't look quite as schmick as it does now. I reckon it's one of those towns that's gone, you know what, let's make ourselves a bit of a destination town. Let's get some cafes and boutiques going. Let's build ourselves a big Coles. Am I right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so... probably 20 years ago, the town was very small, and over time it's developed, and the regional council is doing a really good job, or the local council, I should say, of marketing it as a destination. They say like it's worth the drive to Narromine, and that's a bit of the slogan to come across from Dubbo to check out Narromine.
So maybe someone from Victoria or Queensland or South Australia is in a caravan touring around.
Yeah.
Why would Narromine be a place where you'd want to come? Is it just those the little shopping strip that's the key, or the museums, the aviation museums, obviously one. What else have you got?
We have a beautiful wetland, and that's where park run's done every weekend.
Oh yes, it's very popular here. Yeah, you might see a man called Grant running through your park run at some stage. He's the third bloke. He sometimes fills in. He's a big park run man.
If he's listening, he'll make it his business to get to Narromine.
Sorry, if he's listening, He will be listening. Morning, Grant.
Good morning, Grant. Yes, he'll go. He loves getting as many park run destinations under his belt as he can, so he'll be heading your way.
Yeah, good.
An ever diminishing belt, I might add.
Yes.
Yeah, as he takes on park run and we don't.
That is true. The distance out there in the sticks a lot of people who don't understand country like I do don't realise how good it is. It sounds to me like you're really appreciative of your town community, a long way away from the middle of Sydney and a really big town. We talk a lot about getting professional people to go out to these places. How are you catered for around? It sounds like you've got education under control, but what about health? Are you getting enough health professionals out in that region to cover the needs of the community?
Never. Generally speaking, we need to travel into Dubbo to see medical professionals, and even then, it's very limited. It's weeks wait to get into a GP. It's a limited service, and we don't have enough good doctors out our way.
So it's another good reason to encourage people from the city to get away from that ridiculous traffic and noise and smog. Get out and absorb Narromine, set up your camp. You might not make quite as much money, but then again, you don't need as much to live, do you?
No, you don't. Cost of living is much lower out our way than what it is in Sydney. And I lived in Sydney. I did my degrees in Sydney, and coming home was actually so lovely. Just a sense of community and the lovely people, and it just felt like home again.
Yeah, I reckon you could set up a business to find the way to lure people out of capital cities into country regions, and just bring their skills with them. I think that's the most important thing that we need. We've talked a lot about in this particular segment, and it's health is probably the biggest area where these sorts of communities are starving for talent. We're desperately crying out for better healthcare services and more accessible facilities, I guess.
And before we wind up, because we probably should do whatever you were doing in the part, let you get back to it, but the concept that you're working on, which we're not allowed to talk about businesses, but I reckon if you slip the name of it, no one would know, because very few people are listening, you understand. The concept of bringing together people who might otherwise be working from home, particularly those who are out on farms and stuff, having a collaborative space in town, bringing together that community component as well.
Yeah, there's a new little spot in town called the Creative Collab, and that's exactly what it's purpose built for. So it is a workshop / hot desking / event space, and it allows people to work in a shared collaborative space rather than at home.
Now, when she said that, Rob, that was in a shared, not a shed.
No, I understand.
That's okay.
On another show I do here, we talked about the work from home debate, and while it suits many, particularly young families, and quite often the female of the family is left to look after children and other things, and working from home is a great thing. But there are people probably in areas like yours that are remote and don't like being on their own and would love a vibrant model like that. So I think that's a really, really good idea.
Particularly in a town like that,
yeah,
where people would be isolated quite easily.
Yeah.
Felicity, we better get going. If people want to know more about that, I suppose they look Creative Collab Narromine would probably find you.
Yeah, that's right. That's correct.
That's how I found it. Felicity Haylock in Narromine, thanks for your time today.
Okay,
thanks, Felicity. Best wishes.
There she is.
Bye.